Southside explosion trial, credit card bills, 2 mortgages on a home, and gambling debts. Prosecutors say those drove a couple to a desperate act, the Richmond Hill explosion. New details emerged in day 14 of the trial against Mark Ray Leonard. The jury heard about Leonard's and Monserrate Shirley's poor finances. Plus, they heard from his sister and about the boarded cat. Call 6 investigator Rafael Sanchez joins us live from South Bend with more. Rafael.
You know, as court wrapped up for day 14 just a few minutes ago, we got some new details on the financial distress that both Mark Ray Leonard and Monserrate Shirley were in before the explosion. I have these new numbers that I can show you from my reporter's notebook per se. Shirley was facing more than $173,000 in debt. Mark Ray Leonard more than $100,000 in debt before the explosion. And the narrative says that they were attempting to, of course, set their home on fire to collect on the insurance money. We'll have more on these numbers in just a few moments, but first, the other big testimony of the day. The jury got to hear about the cat that was boarded. Several of the businesses that held Snowball over a matter of weeks while there were several attempts to set that home on fire testified today in the courtroom. The jury heard about Snowball and heard about why the family kept him boarded at those different facilities. Today, Mark Ray Leonard's sister also took the stand. Mark Ray Leonard got the cold shoulder from his sister Tammy. Tammy only looked at him once when the prosecution asked her to point out her brother for the jury. She testified about a text that she received from Leonard claiming that he had won $250,000 at the Hollywood casino on the night of the explosion and was flying off to Las Vegas. Neither was true. She also said she didn't think Mark was in love with Monserrate Shirley, whom she believed was head over heels for him. Shirley takes a stand tomorrow and is expected to provide an insider's look at Leonard's attempts to set her home on fire to collect $300,000 in insurance money. Shirley's legal team has been in South Bend since Monday. Is your client ready for tomorrow? Attorney Jim Boyle said, "We're always ready." The Marion County prosecutor tells us that Shirley's appearance is part of an overall strategy to show the jury who to hold responsible. Denise has talked about connecting the dots. Does she connect the dots for this jury?
Well, I think, you know, every single witness is part of connecting the dots, and you know, to state the obvious, she will be a significant witness in regard to doing that.
Back live here in South Bend, joining us now, digital correspondent with IndyChannel.com, Jordan Fisher. Jordan, we talked about my reporter's notebook and the initial numbers of debt that came out just a few minutes ago. What are you going to tell us on your blog tonight?
Well, Rafael, we're going to take you deeper into those numbers. We're going to hear about the civil judgments against Mark Leonard and the thousands of dollars of cash advances they took out against Shirley's credit cards at casinos prior to the explosion. All that and more on the IndyChannel.com.
Make sure you read his blog. That's coming up here shortly. He's going to get to that blog right away. We also learned just a few moments ago that Monserrate Shirley will take the stand tomorrow morning. She'll be on the stand all day. It should only be a one day for her. And then on Thursday, we're expected to hear from Mark Duckworth. That is the man that Mark Ray Leonard is accused of hiring a hitman to kill. Of course, the hitman turned out to be a federal agent. We'll have much more on this developing story coming up on the news at 6 in about an hour. Live in South Bend, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Rafael and Jordan, thank you.